Hey everyone, I've noticed something. A lot of you watch and enjoy my content, but many of you haven't subscribed yet. Subscribing doesn't cost a single penny, it's absolutely free. If you enjoy what I share and want to support me, just press that subscribe button. It really means a lot to me and helps me continue making content that you love. Thank you so much for being here. Now let me share a story with you. At a railway station in a busy city, there once lived a beggar. He survived by asking passengers for money whenever the train stopped. One day, while begging as usual, he noticed a tall, smartly dressed man. The beggar thought, "This man looks wealthy. If I ask him, he will surely give me a good amount." So he approached the man and begged for money. The tall man looked at him carefully and said, "You always ask from others. But tell me, have you ever given anything to anyone?" The beggar replied, "Sir, I am just a beggar. I don't own anything, so how can I give to others? All I can do is ask." The man shook his head and said, "If you have nothing to give, you also have no right to ask. I am a businessman. My rule in life is give and take. Only if you give me something, I will give you something in return." With those words, the man boarded his train and left. The beggar was deeply shaken. He sat there thinking, maybe the reason I don't receive much is because I never give anything back. But I am just a beggar, what can I possibly offer? For 2 whole days, he couldn't figure out an answer. Then on the 3rd day, as he sat near the station, he noticed some beautiful flowers blooming nearby. Suddenly an idea came to him. Why don't I give flowers to people in return for their money? Excited, he picked a few flowers and went to beg on the train. That day, whenever someone gave him money, he gave them flowers in return. To his surprise, people loved this gesture. They smiled, kept the flowers happily, and more people gave him money than before. He realized something important. When he gave, people gave more in return. From that day onward, every morning he plucked flowers and gave them to people who offered him money. Slowly, he noticed a big change. His earnings grew. But whenever he ran out of flowers, the money also became less. One day, while begging, he again saw the same tall businessman who had first spoken to him. The beggar quickly approached him and said, "Sir, today I have something to give you. Please accept these flowers and in return bless me with some money." The man smiled, gave him money, and accepted the flowers. He said, "Wonderful. Now you are not just a beggar, you have become a businessman like me." Those words touched the beggar's heart once again. He stepped off the train, looked up at the sky, and shouted with joy, "I am not a beggar anymore. I am a businessman. I will become rich." People around him thought he had gone crazy, but inside he was determined. 6 months later, at the very same station, 2 well-dressed men met. One of them extended his hand and said, "Do you remember me?" The other looked puzzled and replied, "No, I don't think we've met." The first man smiled and said, "Oh, we have met not once, but twice. Don't you remember the beggar you spoke to? The one who later gave you flowers?" Shocked, the man replied, "Yes, I remember now. You were that beggar. But today you look so different. What do you do now?" The man proudly answered, "Yes, I was that beggar. But today I am a successful flower merchant. I'm traveling to another city for business. You taught me the greatest lesson of my life, that we only receive when we learn to give. That rule changed everything for me. I realized I was never a beggar, I was a businessman all along. People weren't giving me charity, they were paying me for the flowers I offered. I used that money to buy more flowers, and step by step, I built my business. Today I run a large flower company, and it all started because of the lesson you gave me." The 2 men smiled and continued their journey. This story teaches us something very powerful. Success doesn't depend only on what others give us, it begins with what we choose to give. Life works on the law of give and take. If we only expect but never offer, opportunities remain closed. But the moment we give even in small ways, life begins to reward us. And most importantly, the way we see ourselves shapes our future. If we think we are small, the world will also see us that way. But if we believe in our potential and act on it, the world will open doors for us. The beggar's journey reminds us, no situation is too hopeless, no dream is too big. If we change the way we think, if we dare to act differently, we can rise above any circumstance.